I've seen 6-2s. I've seen some big numbers before. I've seen pretty crazy. I didn't see 7. And by the way, it did take a Miki Yamane own goal at the death in order to bring it to 7-0, which was a special thing. While I was trying to research if 6 goals was the most the Galaxy have ever allowed, Miki Yamane said, "Hold my beer for a second," and then put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, that was interesting because as we talked earlier, the defenders are starting to score now. They're just scoring for the other team. The Galaxy now have been shut out 6 times in 12 games. They have a 201-minute scoreless streak, and they've scored 2 goals in the last 2 games, both for the opposition, which is interesting.
Yes.
You have not seen every Galaxy game, and certainly I have not seen every Galaxy game because I've seen far fewer than you. But I think that was probably the worst game that I have seen. The previous one was the 6-2 game in Lake Buena Vista during the COVID Cup,
right, when
they lost to LAFC, and that was a game where LAFC probably could have scored 30 or 40 if they had wanted.
Yeah.
That was the worst game I have seen before. This was the worst Galaxy game, not the worst MLS game, because remember I watched Chivas USA for like 4 or 5 years.
Right.
But I've never seen the Galaxy this bad. And it's funny because when you look at if you didn't see the game, and maybe if you didn't even see the scoreline, but you just looked at some of the stats, the Galaxy had 17 shots. They had 6 shots on goal, which is the most they've had, equals the most they've had in any game this season. And I think they actually led in possession too. So you look at that and you say,
just under it, just
a competitive game.
Just under. I think Red Bull had 51% to the LA Galaxy's, 48 point, 51.9 to 48.1 was the.
But if you don't really look at the score, you just look at some of the stats, and you think probably a competitive game, maybe 3-1, 2-1. Certainly not. The stats didn't say 7-0, but the scoreboard did, and that's what really matters.
Yeah, it did.